You like lights, Douglas? Do you like when things are illuminated? This is Quake II. This is the RTX version. RTX on, you remember? It was a big meme not too long ago. People think I'm going to get in trouble for this. It's out already. The game came out today. I say that, it's a 20-year-old game, but the RTX version is out today. So, Quake II RTX version, NVIDIA was like, hey, you want to stream this? I said, yeah, I don't have the card for it. And they said, we'll get you one. I said, great. And so eventually I'm going to raffle off my 1080, but for now I get to play Quake II with a 2070. Thanks, NVIDIA. I mean, I played Quake II already. I don't have as much Quake II experience. Oh, Jesus. I don't have as much Quake II experience. I talked about this during Half-Life last night, by the way, if you want the full story about the card and the game. I played way more Quake 1 than Quake 2. And I played the N64 version of Quake 2, which was not the best version of it. And then years later, I played more of it. So, I will explain to the best of my ability what's going on here.
Establish communications. Priority out.
Hang on a second, I may have to, yeah, that's fine. And that's probably where it should be. So you may be wondering, what's the difference? Oh, also, you know, I'm streaming this, so it could get pretty laggy. Let's see if I can get the FOV up a bit. It's a little bit better. It's looking kind of chunky. Then again, I'm also using NVENC to stream. Hang on a second. YouTube, private. All right. All right. Let's do this. So so lighting. It's nice. It's real time, and it's laggy. Nice and laggy. Let me show you what it looks like off. So this is what it looks like usually, more or less. RTX off. RTX on. So I can do the toggle, I can do the presentation. Yeah, this is not, like, acceptable. I can't stream if it's gonna lag like this every 2 seconds. It's really not. That's not okay. Look, watch. Oh, what's that? A stutter. Not good. Not good. Not good. I mean, the lighting is nice. It's just the lag is not nice. Let's see, textures, yes. How about we just get rid of the textures? Still freezes. Wow. I was hoping to get rid of those textures, you know? Just get rid of them. Resolution scale. Vinny, turn VSync on. I mean, I'll try it. I don't think that's gonna work. I think this is just not... I just think this is not gonna work very well. Maybe if I was playing this on a... Maybe if I was streaming this on a 2080 as opposed to a 2070. Well, resolution scale actually might have fixed it. Let me try something here. See, I'm learning... I mean, I played a little bit of this just to figure out if it worked. Hint, hint, NVIDIA. Hint, hint. Anyway. Looks like VSync kind of fixed it. Crazy that. That's good. Yeah. So, as I was saying, I'm more of a Quake 1 fan than Quake 2, believe it or not. I know more people liked Quake 2. but I just don't have the experience with it. I might do a full stream of this game if I end up getting back into it. It might be a 1 or 2 off. Multiplayer is available, and I have apparently they made a server for me, but you can't play it unless you have rich kid money. The RTX version only works with other RTX versions. Yeah. Now, I like Quake II. Like I said, I played a lot of the N64 version. And playing it with the lighting, which is the main feature. We'll talk about it as it goes on, but for the most part, I'd say... Oh, that looks nice. For the most part, I'd say Quake 1 had a way better aesthetic. I like the horror and the gothic eldritch horror aspect of Quake 1. And the Space Marine thing in Quake 2 was pretty unique at the time, kind of. But then every other game ever did it. Every other game ever. So check this out. Here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you get that lighting back. You start baking it in. You start baking it in, and then you got lighting. Another cool thing about this version that I like is that you can fuck with the lighting a bit. So I can do dusk. You know, I can check out some other times of day, just for fun. I love the lighting in this pistol, but it is one of my least favorite video game pistols ever. Sun elevation, sun azimuth. I don't know what that means. Control sun with gamepad. Okay. But, I don't know, it seems like some of the texture, that door texture looks nice. But yeah, this is all real-time lighting. This, like, you kind of can't do a lot of this in more modern video game. Because you would get 3 frames a second. But Quake 2, no problem. And then there's that other game. The horror game that they made. I can see my reflection. That's cool. Second. So again, I said this last night, and I don't care if NVIDIA is watching, but I would not have purchased a new video card just for lighting. You know, this would not have been... I would have waited several years before even bothering with something like this. Like, I figure eventually RTX is going to be a thing in video games across the board. This is still real early. I don't see it as enough of a draw. It looks cool. Let's see. Go back to high illumination. See if that fucking ruins my frame rates. Not really. Vinny, seeing the lighting in motion would be impressive to watch. Yeah, I agree. Let me see if I can do something with that. Let me try the joystick thing. Let's see. Just to fuck around. Because, I mean, you know, again, the game itself is good. I played Quake 1 and played Quake 2. I like the games, but I really want to just see what's going on with the lighting. I think I need to do manual. Because I've never done this stuff before. Vinny, how long did it take you to install the new graphics card? 5 minutes. It was the easiest install, because it had the same inputs as the 1080. And, I thought it was gonna be a nightmare. It was real easy. I thought I had bad PC. Hang on a second. Oh! Yeah, I mean, this does look cool. I could see games in a couple of years really taking advantage of this. It's gonna be cool. It already is kinda cool, but, I'm trying to figure out how to get this left stick thing to work. You're gonna laugh, but I tried Minecraft. But there's no real RTX for Minecraft, there's just shaders. Really good shaders and texture packs. I just wanted to see what the card would be like with it, and you know what? There needs to be real RTX for it, but it still looks pretty badass. So, yeah. Trying to control that sun. I might have to reset the game. Let me pause this, or let me... Game... Save game. Alright, let me save, let me quit, and then let me go back into it and see. Vinny, what's a Minecraft? I don't know what that is. It's a game that... It just got... I don't know, it's like a little niche game from a couple years ago. Never got big. No one ever really noticed it. Yeah, I played it a while back. It was fine and all, but... Oh, here we go. Snake! Hatsune Miku created Minecraft! Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Well, I can move that sun all over the place. I think the frame rates are getting crusty because, let's see, VSync should be, it's on, but when I move the sun, the, frame rates continue to crust. A lot of stuff. This is apparently the most pure form of path tracing, whatever that means, I don't know. But... definitely looks cool. Oh wow. That's very dark. Vinny, when you move, the sun has to recalculate from the start? From start? Huh? Wow, I've never had so much fun controlling sun. It's probably recalculating paths of light every time you move it. Well, there's also... hang on, if you'll allow me to skip ahead... change map. Is that not a real thing? Just trying to check out some of the features of the lighting before I actually end up playing the game. Waste 1. Jail 3. It's just map? Oh, okay, it's like Half-Life. Map. Jail 3. Force restart. Is map name. Map name Jail 3. Map name is read-only. Map Jail 3. Use game map. Wow, that's a lot of different commands. Thanks. Boy, these textures. Jeez. Can we get a texture pack for this? That is the texture pack. Nice. Here, let's do the other one. There's another map that has good stuff in it. There's apparently an outdoor bridge. Need to find a level with... Oh, good! I tried to play shoot, but I know shoot.
Computer upgraded.
I think this is the correct way. Hang on a minute. I don't know, I'm just like flying blind here. It's been so fucking long since I played this. I never even finished Quake II. Just wasn't as into it as I was Quake 1. Here's a question for any buckaroos that maybe know this answer. How long is this game? At least 3? That doesn't help. Also, this isn't actually... This isn't what I want. This doesn't have an outdoor canal with water. So I'm just gonna say fuck it. Let's just play from here and not worry about any of that stuff. So I'm gonna do current time. Oh, I see. Current time is in... oh, I see. Okay, that's actually like real life time. Let's just play the game for a bit. Let's just play the game for a bit. So once the shock of the lighting wears off, it's just, well, what's left? It's just Quake. You can do that.
EOD composer bridge is down.
So, we can do an RTX on and off. I like this. The shadows. Very subtle, but good. Very good shadows. Let's do RTX off. Oh, so it's just pitch black. Got it. It's just like, everything's off. This is more of a tech demo than anything else, honestly. I don't know why they made me sign an NDA for this. This wasn't, like, open source for a while. I don't know what the fuck that was. This is one of those games that had a better PlayStation port than N64 port, even though the N64 was technically a more powerful system. For some reason, it just looked like ass. I feel like the PS1 version ran smoother and looked a little bit better. And I thought the Quake 1... But the Quake 1 N64 port was pretty good. But Quake 2 was just liquid ass. It was like trying to swim through a vomitorium without any goggles.
Last recon data indicates access through.
But this game was more known for its multiplayer than anything else. See that water. Hell yeah, water. Enemy reflections on the water. Nice. This ain't new graphics card worthy, but it looks good. It's wet.
Marines, we're at 5% ground force operational status.
Dead. Vinny, how many members of chat did you sacrifice for this card? The ritual was long and arduous. The streets were pooled with blood by the time I was done. But as previously discussed, even though the 2070 is good, it's still not a huge upgrade over the 1080. It's gonna come in handy. I mean, I'm definitely gonna get use out of it, considering I stream using my GPU. And I'm very happy that I have it, very grateful, very lucky. I know all these things. But it's, you know, it's not like the same jump that you'd get from like a 1080 to a 2080, so... But, for the charity stream, I will be doing a raffle for the 1080, if anyone wants it. I'll sign it, and also you can have the benefit of it being the graphics card that played hundreds and hundreds of shitty games. And some good ones, too. I got my new business cards today. Ones that don't say youtube.com on them. And they look pretty good. They're like a soft touch texture. They got rounded edges. Is there any Sunday scum left on that heatsink? Oh yeah. Oh, there's some scum on there. I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit. But, anyway, yeah, the point is, what was I saying? I said something. Oh, the business card. Yeah, it looks good. So they even gave me some magnets. I have 25, I think, magnets of the video card. I'll be bringing them to Too Many Games, and I'll give them out to a couple people. But, yeah, I mean, the one thing is the cards, I would say, the texture is a little more reflective than I would like. Also, Dream's got a huge update. I'm updating it now. It's like a little shine. I would have preferred a slightly more matted look, but... Vinny, you will give away cards at Too Many Games. I'm talking about business cards. The graphics card is a different story altogether. Environment again. I want to do manual. There we go. Just fuck around with the sun at will. Very nice. But the soft touch texture on the business card is really nice. Also, I got a logo.
Marines, we're at 5% ground force operational status.
What? I got a logo for Vinesauce brand hand sanitizer, and it's gonna be green liquid. Like, you know, a label. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be bringing way too much shit. I never understood why so many Quake II weapons don't have like a muzzle flash. Most of them don't. I guess technical limitations of the time, but like this gun is great because it illuminates everything, which wasn't part of the plan 20 years ago. then you have a shotgun, which makes no lighting of its own whatsoever, and it's just... Goddamn. I want to see... Playing this... It's like, I want lighting. Give me lighting! I need it! Oh, fuck off. These things are weird. Oh, I got this thing. It's got some nasty. Just aims up. You gotta aim down. Wow, this is like a really heavy recoil. No grenades for the flare gun. Oh, I've limited. Where's the music, Vignette? I don't know. Where is the music? Ambient sounds, yes. Is there supposed to be music in this game? I don't fucking remember. Doesn't work on this port. So the Steam version doesn't have working music? That was the same for Quake 1 too. I had to actually download the Trent Reznor music pack when I played Quake 1 recently.
All squad leaders coordinate with sister teams.
But yeah, I think this would look really nice with, this would look a lot nicer with, like, a texture pack. And maybe a couple model upgrades. The RTX version's probably gonna get modded to hell and back. Shrek would be nice. Let's see, RTX on, RTX off. I like that RTX off is just can't see shit, Captain. Okay, let's try it here. I was hoping there would be like a single button toggle. Because there's, in their presentation, Vinny, you're not turning RTX off. You're just removing the light rays. Then you have to go into the menu to turn it off. Oh, there should be a key binding for that. So I guess I'd have to go to, what, video? I'd have to go to global illumination off? No? Renderer? Oh, the renderer. Okay. I like how that looked even better than what I have now. Hang on a minute. Sorry. Just a moment. Well. Textures are better. Here you go. Here's Vanilla Quake 2, everybody. This is truly RTX off. Someone just said actual atmosphere. Try GL texture mode GL nearest in console for the software look. Alright, hang on a minute. It does look kind of like it looks sharper without the RTX. Yeah, this looks real weird and blurry and strange. Maybe I fucked up some settings? We saw your desktop, Vinny. Uh-oh. You saw the Minecraft launcher. Oh no. Vinny, there seems to be problems. It appears, yeah, it appears to be problems. This looks not good compared to what I saw in the video. Why don't we compare? But let me just type in what that one dude wanted me to type in. Give me a second. I don't like having grease in my eyes while I'm, you know, trying to fight in the future. Oh, this brings the textures back to the original, I guess. How do I get rid of this now? You just talked? Oh, never mind. Okay. Alright. Give me a second here. I want to check out something. Quake II RTX. I want to see if my version looks like anus compared to, let's say, the official release. Because I suspect it does.
Alright, Bitterman, you are in the green and ready to go.
So that's a cutscene. Maybe they're just choosing, like, all the best moments. Nah, it looks about the same, I guess. I guess it just depends on where I'm at. I like how you get music with the trailer, but not the game. Vinny, it's an automatic denoising that RTX does. It makes the image look soft. Okay. Yeah, this isn't winning anyone over, honestly. I see the chat is not exactly happy about this. I mean, some of the textures do look a little better, like they did that, you know, like they're doing some stuff here, but it looks alright. It just looks a little Vaseline-y, which I believe was an Italian dictator at some point. Oh, cool.
Recon established and confirm heavy fortification near enemy comm.
Fucking hell. Vinny, it doesn't look like something I'd flip my shit over to make the jump to RTX for, but it does look good. It has its moments, and I may not be doing this correctly, on top of the fact that I, you know, time of day is also very important. Like, this stuff looks kind of cool. There's a couple things here that have impressed me so far. I was kind of more impressed by that horror game, which I'm probably going to stream. Vinny, I want to see Minecraft with ray tracing. It's not real ray tracing, though. That's the problem. It's fake. It's just really good shaders. Vinny, it is real. It's path tracing? Well, which... I use the Seuss version, Dr. Seuss. What is that? Is that not real ray tracing? That's a different one. It's real ray tracing, it just doesn't use RTX. Oh, I gotcha. I want to die. I'm only 5 years old. I'm too young to die. Vinny, I think Quake is just a bad example for ray tracing. It's a performance benchmark demo, though, since Quake can run on any potato battery at this stage. But the flip side, any game that would benefit from ray tracing already has shitloads of insane fake lighting effects that make the improvement look marginal at best, would shave a ton of resources just to make a few lights prettier. Well said, well said. Cool grenade. I need instant grenade. What is that? The reflections look nice. All this stuff is cool. You know, like, I can get the sun in the window, probably. Let's see if I can do that. Looks alright. What I might do is, if I stream this game again, I might download a texture pack before then. If I can even do such a thing. I don't even know if I can mod this version.
Communication updated.
It's probably a way to get the music working, too. Yeah, but it's so ambient. When I say ambient, I meant ambient. Because I feel like I'm falling asleep. Easy joke. Low-hanging fruit. Fruit. The N64 version is like this. N64? I don't remember the N64 version, if it had music or not. I just remember playing it and being kind of disappointed. Just thinking, like, yeah, this game's alright. And then I played it on PC later on. Vinny, what have you done? I don't know. I'm looking for Celery Man. Computer. Celery Man. You have any new sequences, computer? Oh, you know what it is too? Yeah, the new textures that they have here are specifically designed for the lighting. So if I do a different texture pack, it's probably gonna throw everything off. But whatever. This game was kind of a step forward for the first-person shooter thing for a little while. Like, it had a couple things that it did. Like, Quake 1 had level end areas. You just, like, you know, go to the exit and then go to level 2. And this kind of more had the Half-Life thing, where you get this. And it was just like, kind of, oh, it's a big world. which Half-Life then did, you know, a lot better. But this was a pretty cool thing for its time. I think Quake II, as I said, was known way more for multiplayer than single player, but... still had some things in it that it didn't, that were pretty neat. Vinny, did you already do an RTX comparison? Kind of. I did a couple. Like here, I'll try it in here. I'll give you another one real quick. Just for shits and giggles. Here. So video, OpenGL.
Marines, we're at 5% ground force operational status.
It's got more atmosphere. It really does. I mean, sure, it's crustier and the lighting is all static, but... it's just... oh, fucking hell. Vinny, you can use the old sky, can you? Original... Can't move the sun in this one. Oh boy, that is... I mean, it's kind of better in some ways. It's very customizable. Vinny, try changing global illumination. Okay. I'm not seeing a difference. Options... Earth... very blue. Doesn't look like you're on an alien planet. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just don't know. It gets like real soft. Global illumination medium was what I was doing. What is this other stuff here? Yeah, I know the difference between the two things. Like, I know, but the fact that it was placed there and it looks like a very specific way in the original kind of adds to it a bit. You know, that's the atmosphere of the game. I'm not saying that the ray tracing itself is bad. It's cool tech. It's cool tech. It's just, you know, there's a definitive, distinct kind of feel that the Quake II thing has.
Marines, we're at 5% ground force operational status.
I can't wait for the email from NVIDIA. Friendship ended with Vinesauce. Friendship started with Critical. I mean, I can only be as honest as I can possibly be. I'm not trying to, like, complain, because there is a lot of cool shit going on here, but I'm trying to get the most out of it, that's all. Here we go. What's this?
Computer detected.
Someone said, I think the lighting looks incredible, to be honest. It does. In its own weird way. when it looks good, it looks fucking amazing. It's a cool idea, and it's amazing technology, yeah. Vinny, now that you're accepting hardware, expect AMD to offer you the Ryzen 3000 series CPU. I'll take it. You got any of that for me? Ryzen? Vine Ryzen? It's just a man with a large forehead comes to my house. Hey, we'd like to compete with NVIDIA. We'd like to get you the best technology. And we have a better game that shows off our technology. It's called Blood 2. Excellent.
Computer up.
That looks like, that kind of stuff looks great when it's a dark room. I want to check out this room. Because this is a really bland looking room. And I want to just see what this looked like in the past. So I'm gonna take you back to the past. Just for a second. Another victim of RTX this room was. At least it's not going into the Redvox folder. I don't want you guys to see the name of the album and all the songs. See, that looks awesome. That genuinely looks awesome. Cool. Yeah, I go into the folder. This folder is empty. I haven't even got to work on it yet. I've been, you know, I got a confession to make, everybody. I've been doing a musical side project. It's called Bluevox. You know, I just felt like it would allow me to do different things in bluer tones. So I'm trying it out for a little while, seeing how it goes. Yeah, Joe, Mike, and Bill are in Bluevox as well, but they're upset that we're, you know, that I'm in another band. And I'm upset that they're in another band. It's weird. I think it's a little dysfunctional. That almost sounds like a Spinal Tap concept. Yeah, we're in Bluevox. All of us. Will there be a yellow Vox? Yeah, that'll be the Pikachu edition. So if you get red and blue, then you collect the Pikachu edition later on. Yo, Shadow, though. The force field. Were these noises in Half-Life 1? Not quite. Nope. See you later, everybody. Getting the fuck out of there. Fucking hell. I have not mastered the grenades in this game. Fuck off. Fucking hell. It's weird going from Half-Life 2 to this. Especially with the grenade distance, you have almost no grenade distance. In Half-Life 2, you can, like, yeet a grenade over a mountain. There we go. They should have done Half-Life 2 RTX. Well, I think that chat member... Again, I think we're not quite ready for that. I think it will happen eventually. Maybe the 3080 series. The 3000 series of cards. But... I don't know, for the time being, it feels like... you want to go to older games so you can see, like, a massive difference. Like, I think Half-Life 1 would be a good candidate for RTX. But it's gotta be done really, really, like... You know, it's gotta be done from scratch, I feel. Like, custom. Manual. Custom. And as I say, I do think that this technology is cool as fuck. And I think it's gonna be a big part of games in a couple years. But we're still in the infancy of it. It's gonna look especially good in conjunction with VR. But VR still needs a lot of work, too. Stores open elsewhere. I like that we're finally getting headsets in VR that don't need a computer, where you could just, like, strap a fucking VR headset on and play your game and, you know, not have to be near a computer. And it's still pretty early for all that shit, but that's encouraging that it's happening because that's been one of my main, like, hurdles. Like, I just don't want to be tethered to a computer while I have VR on. So I think in, like, another 4 or 5 years, it's gonna be pretty sick. But I still am not ready for VR. I don't love it. It hasn't really won me over. I like it. I don't love it. I went to some VR space in Manhattan last year, and I played a bunch of VR games, and it was all like top of the line, best VR. And it was cool. I enjoyed it. And I thought to myself, man, it would be neat if I had this. But I am good for now. Oh, shit. Oh, God, I've been not saving all that much. Because the fucking hotkey for saving is now... lighting focused, you know? Like, it got redone. Yeah, F2 now changes the lighting. It doesn't load or save. I had to, maybe I could turn that off. Someone said I want to sit when I game. Oh yeah, me too. That's not... For me, the VR thing is like... not a lazy person's thing, and I am a lazy person. I like the idea of being able to sit and play a video game and relax. But there's a couple things in VR that I like. Some things that I think are gonna be cool. But... I'm not, like, anti-VR. I'm really not, and I know I shit on it a lot. Not a lot, but here and there I like to shit on it, because I just don't... I don't really love it, and I get sick with it. But I think, at some point, I'll play something that really wins me over. I'm not there yet. Yeah, I like the ones where you can sit in a cockpit and fly like an X-Wing, and that way you can just sit down. That's fun. I gotta save manually. I don't know how to get rid of the thing. God, the pacing of this game makes me appreciate Half-Life 2 so much more. Just throw everything at the player all the time. It's a different time. No, I view the game as it was, in the sense that I like when games were just shooty. I like to be able to shoot, and shoot lots. It's not a problem. But there's sometimes so much shoot that my brain begins to hurty. Open this? No, I didn't. Sounds like knives. Vinny, would you recommend this game despite it being RTX limited? I don't know. There's also a version of Quake II that you could just download for $5 on Steam, and you probably could get a version of Quake II for the old, free, I'm sure, somewhere. So, I wouldn't not recommend Quake II. I like Quake 1 better. Squash those lads. Maybe find yourself a version of Quake 2 with the music. Yes, the music. So apparently the Russian government wasn't very happy with the Chernobyl show, and they're making their own Chernobyl show, and they're gonna make it about how a CIA operative infiltrated the Chernobyl power plant and caused the explosion. So I wish them Godspeed, and I gotta be honest, I can't wait to watch it. What is the cost of lies? I wonder. Also, yeah, that's real. You can look that up if you want. That's not me just talking shit for you know, shits and giggles. I mean, I don't know everything that happened at Chernobyl. I'm not an expert. I have no idea what went down, like, aside from what I've read on Wikipedia and what I've seen in the show. And I know they took dramatic license. Apparently, a lot of Russian, like, citizens, people liked the show. But, yeah, they just wanted to make their own version. So we're gonna get that version at some point. And, God bless. God bless. But isn't it also, like, a little bit shitty to presume that a CIA operative infiltrated a nuclear power plant in the Soviet Union in 1986? That's not really a good look either. That's also like, oh fuck, well... You might want to... increase your security there, lads. But, we shall see. We shall see what happens. I think it's gonna be fun and entertaining, and I await your career eagerly. I anticipate these things with great, Metal Gear subplot type shit. Colonel, this is Snake. I'm at Chernobyl. Reactor 4. Alright, Snake. Pull the rods out. All the way, Snake. Alright. All the way? But, Colonel, an RBMK reactor just doesn't explode. Alright, Snake, use your C4. Something's over. I don't know what the hell that is. Colonel, the radiation is mutating my thighs. I'm now thicker than I've ever been. Yeah, there's a chirp. Sorry about that. Again, I don't hear these chirps, but they've been happening more and more lately, which is... Oh, I know why. I updated XSplit. I gotta change the, audio encoder. So, XSplit, by the way, as we all make fun of XSplit, myself included, but I use it for very specific reasons. And laziness, but, they are working on, like, apparently, one of their next updates is going to be a huge audio-centric update, where they're going to fix most of their ridiculous audio issues that should have been fixed years ago. So, that's good. That's what I've been told, but, after this stream, I think... Is Nary still here? Nary knows what to do. Nary knows how to fix these chirps. I might be able to fix them so that we don't get as many of them next time. If any. Because there was like a good several-month period where no chirp was happening. Did you lose the thing? Yeah. Vinny, it's creating the groundwork to fix the issues, not fixing all of them. At least they're fucking trying. It's about goddamn time. Vinny, what if the Chernobyl disaster really was due to sabotage? That's how William Shatner says it. Wow. I mean, then that would be the story of the 20th century. That would be, jeez. Could you imagine that? Like, that fucking... That story must be dramatized for television. Boy, we are going in circles, I think. Yeah. Circles. fucking game. But yeah, I'm really appreciating that Half-Life 2 level design right about now. Alright, thanks, Nary. Appreciate it. I'm going to attempt multiplayer. If anyone else has this, I don't know, maybe there's like at least 4 other people that have this. And we can do the server. And yes, this is Trent Reznor. That's him. Just slowed down a bit, I think. You need the power cube. Oh. I want to go to a Nine Inch Nails show again. Which, by the way, one of the best shows ever. But I want to go to, a Nine Inch Nails show again. I want to be like, I want to do a request. Hey, Trent, can you do the Quake noises? What, like all in a row? Yeah. Yeah, just do the Quake noises for me, please. Just put them in the songs, yeah. That's all you gotta do, just throw them in there. Wow. It's lighting. It's real time. It's lighting. Look at the shafts dancing. Check old graphics for that. I think we found an improvement. I mean, there's a lot of improvement. It's just, again, there's an atmosphere. We talked about it. I said it. Atmosphere. You've heard it 1,000 times. Some people in chat are saying soul. I'll say atmosphere. But, yeah, I mean... Of course, the pre-baked lighting is going to have some advantages in some ways. But I think that's why if they do more RTX remasters, they have to be very meticulous and keep as, you know, keep as close to the original as possible and still add something, I think. But that's my, you know, that's my uninformed, uneducated, dummy opinion. Colonel, I'm trying to talk about video games, but I'm dummy. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Computer updated.
Vinny, did you hear about Playtonic teasing a new game reveal tomorrow? Oh yeah, Banjo-Kazooie 1 and 2 remaster. Not reimagining. Wait, I wasn't supposed to say that. No, I have no idea. There's been a rumor for a little while that Playtonic were given Banjo-Kazooie. But they just got it wrong, and they made Bungie Kazoodle. It's the frog from the Gigglebone Gang. Vinny, how would you feel if they announced a new Quake game at E3? I would love that. It's not going to happen because Doom. But Quake Champions did not perform very well, I don't believe. And I enjoyed Quake Champions a bit, here and there. I had some fun with it. Wasn't just bad. It just came out at a bad time. I mean, it came out, they were working on it, it was gaining a little bit of traction, and then Fortnite. But it was also, I just think that, you know, the Champions idea didn't do them any favors. And the old Quake guard probably wasn't very into that. I think they should do a new single-player Quake game like they did with Doom. But just go full Quake 1 gothic horror. And, you know, maybe even blend it with the Strogg here and there. But I think the Strogg are way less interesting than all the weird shit from Quake 1. But I'm a little biased, I like that weird shit. And then... Vinny, no, Quake 2 is better. Oh, that's an I'm sorry, I didn't realize we had objective opinions. And... Gotcha. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize my opinion was wrong. Let's try multiplayer. Let's see what happens. There's a bit of instruction here. If you could follow the instructions. So the server is called Death Ray, and you need to enter a password. So you need to go into console, type password saucyvine1, all lowercase. So password saucyvine1, and then you go to multiplayer, and you browse the servers, Q2 servers, and then you look for Death Ray. I'll put the screen back on when I'm in-game. You have your instructions if you wish to join. I managed to find the server before. Here it is. Let's see if anyone actually fucking joins this thing. Yeah, we got a couple. Vinny, turn off RTX for competitive advantage. Could you imagine? What the fuck? God, there's a bloody scream. I don't know how to change my name, so I'll just be player. It's nice of them to host a server for us, eh, Luigi? Nice. Too fast! Too fast! I can't hit you! Slow down! This is not one of those streams you want to, like, have a nice chill night and have some background noise, too. You're just gonna hear explosion. explosion radius on these grenades is so fucking small. Power of RTX, everybody. It looks like that one scene in Episode 2 in Star Wars where they fucking used real lightsabers. Anakin versus Count Dooku in a dark room. All the rest of the scenes had no glowing on the lightsabers whatsoever. And then there's one close-up scene where they're, like, it's casting light on their faces. And they're using real lightsabers that were developed by NASA. Crazy. I'm player 37 something something. That's me. I am player. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Fuck. God damn it, just when I had the rocket launcher. This is fun. Very dark. That looks cool. Ah, this level fucking blows. I blow, but the levels blow. The level, this one in particular. God, I'm gonna stop complaining. I'm good. I like Quake 2. It's great. Ah! Ah! So many self-deaths. Because there's lava! Fuck! Lava. I'm ready to kill. Hell yeah. Fuck your body. Alright. Scott, we're not going to fall into the liquid hot magma this time, okay, Scott? Oh, this water is painful? Quake 2, where everything, including the lighting and water, wish to kill you. Oh, you fuck! This fucking spicy-ass water. Did you ever, like, No, this is gross. I don't want to talk about this. Never mind. Never mind. Chat. No. Alright. Did you ever, like, have, gas for a food you didn't eat that day? Like a hot dog? Nail guns? What the hell's his nail guns? We use hyper blasters around here. Vinny, why? I'm just saying it happened to me, and I have not eaten a hot dog in recent memory, so I'm just saying... I was just wondering if I need to go to the hospital. So now that chat is telling me that it's happened to them, I don't feel so bad. Thank you. I can just see the NVIDIA executives watching the stream being like, oh, yes. Yes. So how's that expensive graphics card we sent to this... Who is this? Vinesauce? Oh, I like that science channel. Vinesauce. Very good. Yeah, we're proud to get our graphics card in the hands of Vinesauce. Did you ever burp a hot dog? What? Wait, this isn't Vinesauce. Who the fuck is this? We spent a $600... We sent a $600 card to this guy? He doesn't even like the game. He says it looks like Vaseline? I do like the game, by the way. I do. How could you not like Quake 2 if you grew up with games like Quake 2? That's great. It's shooty. You can't do shooty 2 wrong. It's just very dark. It's very, very dark. Your reign of terror is over, quad damage man. 2070's closer to 500? Oh, okay. Vinny, if they actually cared about you, they would have sent you a 2080 Ti. Alright, beggars can't be choosers now. I'm very happy with this card. Is this a new map? Very lava-y. Yet again. Very red. Are these maps this dark? I think that they were made darker on purpose for this kind of shit. It's very, very, very clear that the dark maps make the lighting look nice. But it's also very, very, very hard to see what's happening sometimes because it's just, you know, red. Oh, fuck. I'm not good with this railgun, man. Can't get me now. I like how my primary pistol is now also a flashlight in Quake II RTX. Nice. Fuck yeah, BFG. Bad shot. You only get one of those shots, huh? Yeah, eat that. Eat that. Ah, yes, welcome to the room where no one can see anything. Have fun. Hate running out of bullets at the exact moment you need them. The moment you need them. Do you remember when Eminem was like, you gotta lose yourself in the moment you own it. Go scroll it. God. I used to be Lizard in Quake Champions, and the Lizard was able to spit. Hell yeah. We got ourselves a match here at least. Multi-fast lighting. They should have just called this Quake II Big Light Edition. Alright, well, we both died. Hope it was worth it. These arena shooters are really quite amazing. I grew up playing a lot of arena shooters. I'm not particularly good at them, but I liked, a lot of Unreal. I played Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. That was fun with the gravity gun. Opposing Force had a good deathmatch. Quake. The usual suspects. I miss the arena shooter style, but it is an exercise in excess. It really is just all action, all the time, all highs, no lows. The pacing of an online match with a lot of people is instant respawn, instant fight. Like, always shoot. There's so many things to shoot all the time. And I guess over the years we kind of balanced that out. Like the team-based shooter, for example. At the end of the day, you're still shooting. But you're shooting less because you have to wait for, to get back with your team. You have to, travel to the objective. You have to wait for enemies to show up. And then even less combat time in games like Fortnite and PUBG and Apex because most of the time is downtime. Which also means that your encounters have a lot more weight to them. So it seems like currently in video games at the moment, we don't like to shoot very much. We used to like to shoot a lot, and now we like to shoot a little. Just sometimes. Only sometimes we shoot. Because it's better when you shoot sometimes. It's like if you nut all the time. It's like if you eat banana. I meant if you eat like a food all the time, you have to mix it up. You can't have the same food all the time because then it's, you know, it loses a little something. So anyway, I probably am going to just stop playing this after this match. Not because I'm not enjoying myself, but because I can't see anything. Those were 2 accidental kills. Professional. Holy shit! Holy shit! It's alive! It's born! The sun is here! This whole time I was blind due to my settings. Fucking hell. Alright, one more match. One more match. Now I can see. Yeah, I handicapped myself a little bit. Let's see, what would be a good environmental? Evening looks pretty good. Yeah! I forget which arena shooter I was actually better at. I think it might have been Unreal Tournament. What was the one with the goo gun? It had like an acidy goo gun. Which Unreal Tournament was that? 2003? That was UT99. Well, the visuals were better. The fuck was that one? It might have been 2003 or 2004. Madden 2005. Oh, alright. Fuck off. Someone said Twitch front page, I see. I think that's tailored to your tastes. Because there's no way they've been promoting me, because almost every night someone shows up in my chat and says, Vinny, you're on the front page. Almost positive it has something to do with your taste. And by the way, really bad taste. If I'm on your front page... Fuck. I do know that my stream yesterday was close-ish to the front page. Not promoted or anything, but just because it was one of the top viewed streams, because we were literally watching shitty game commercials. It's funny to me to think, like, some people really like watching people, like, play video games well. Some people like speedruns, some people like to see new games. Or, you know, someone who knows the game really well. And then other people just want to watch some shitty game commercials mixed with YouTube poop. And disgusting, like, meat cock creatures. It's comforting in a way. It's nice. And ants. Wow, both of us had NA aim at that moment. Awful, awful aim. Well, you two have fun. You two kids have fun up there, okay? I love the water. I love the reflections in the water. That's like consistently been the thing I've been looking at and being like, oh wow, okay. That's pretty fucking good. There's, you know, again, if this is the early version of this tech, I await future. As I get old and my Alzheimer's continues and my arthritis fully forms into like some kind of like Keith Richards knuckle, at least we'll have good graphics. What's the meme? Born too early to explore the stars, born too late to explore the seas. Born just in time for like infinite internet porn. Infinite graphics in video games. But we live at the same time. We live in the same timeline at the same time as Nathan Fielder. So that's pretty cool, I guess. My name? Yes. Did you know on IMDb, Nathan For You is in like the top 50 rated, highest rated shows of all time? Which, I mean, what does that mean? It's fucking IMDb, but I thought that was funny, because Chernobyl is currently sitting at number 1, weirdly enough, and like I think Planet Earth 2 is number 2. But, it's to me, it's really, really funny that Nathan is up there in like, maybe even like the top 40. Someone just said they made an Earth 2. Yeah, it's crazy. They did, yeah. It looks like Caprica. Look at this shoot. Look at this shoot I'm doing right now, chat. Oh, that's death water, right? That was spicy water. Sorry about that. I can't tell where anyone is because it just sounds like they're all next to me. It sounds like they're all, like, screaming in my ear. Oh my gosh. Vinny, what's your stereo setting at? It's set at ASMR, I think. That was a fucking kill. That was a kill. We gotta fold the paper. Fold the paper. Hey, paper. How do you want me to do you? He's got a railgun, he knows how to use it. Someone just said RTX audio, ray-traced audio is going to be amazing. Well, first you have to, like, go to a doctor and get your ears modified. You need to grow several more ears. Ray-traced audio is already a thing. I clearly don't know what I'm talking about. And I need to discover what ray-traced audio actually is. Because that sounds plausible now that I think about it, but also very silly to me. I thought chat was memeing. I thought it was memes. Hey, paper. Ooh. Time limit reached. Well, I got second place. 14. I'll take it. That was pretty cool. Hey, you know what? Still pretty fun. This is... I don't know what the fuck this level is. Did someone forget to put the lighting in this? This is a joke! This has gotta be a joke! There's no way! That's just lava! Oh my god. This is, you just have to hear the sounds. Just shoot the sounds. Oh my god. That's awful. That's so awful. Fuck. Echolocation mod coming soon. The map looks cool too, from what I can see of it. So, when am I gonna kill some White Walkers? Gotta protect Winterfell! Put them in the crypts! Daniel! Put them in the crypts! Alright, I think I've had enough. Whew! Alright. Okay. So that was Quake II. That was very interesting. It was very interesting indeed. It's fun still. Quake 2 multiplayer is fun. It's still got some cool weapons. It's fun to fuck around in. I love it. But the lighting is funny to me. It shouldn't be funny, but it's funny. The actual technology, you heard me say it 100 times. It's cool, but it wouldn't have sold me on the card alone. It just looks nice. And I'm excited for the future of RTX. But at the moment, you know, it kind of doesn't do anything for me. Like, it does a little bit, but it's not, like, winning me over. That's all. So, will I return to Quake 2? I don't know. We'll see. Vinny, now that I've seen RTX on your system, I'm unable to cope with non-RTX. Please, RTX next Sunday stream. Well, here's what you need. Enable RTX in real life. So throw a flare across your room. But yeah, I'll get all Sunday stream games from this point forward. We'll have RTX lighting. It's going to be really cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Are you? I am. Definitely. Awesome. We're going to take a break. Quick break. Just a moment. And I'll be back with Dreams. Thank you for watching, and thank you for quaking. Anyone who was quaking, that was fun. See you in a bit.